Hello and welcome. Alberta to Arizona, Arizona to Alberta. It goes back and forth. We're talking real estate right now, all the way down in Phoenix. We've got Diane Brennan, professional real estate agent with Coldwell Banker. Thanks for joining us, Diane.
Thank you guys very much. I'm still a professional realtor. Happy to say in a week I haven't lost that title.
Not yet, but
Oh, yeah. If anybody hears the stories from last week with my parking tickets and all that kind of stuff, I don't know.
it's worth watching the show just for that story.
Yeah.
Here in Edmonton with me, we've got professional real estate agent Devin Gray with Mogul Realty Group and EXP.
Hello.
And these two are comparing the differences between American and Canadian real estate. Also, if you're looking at buying real estate down in the States or in Canada, these are the two to talk about. And right now, we're talking about things that are happening in real estate that are really exciting. What's happening? What's trending, guys?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's interesting to see the differences between the Canadian market and the American market. Obviously, the American market is, we're both capitalist nations. However, the U.S. is certainly more.
America, America.
That's right. So I have come across a lot of Americans who feel that we're a socialist country, but we don't necessarily think we lean that far. But we do definitely have the government getting involved a little bit more often when it comes to feeling like things are getting out of control. And the real estate market is one of those. But also because inflation's hit 6% now. And so they did do a big rate increase 2 weeks ago, and they've basically given every indication that they're going to be doing another one in June. But they are talking about a couple of other things, and one of them that we're curious. First off, if it's even made any interest or taken note down in the United States, Diane, but they've introduced a 2-year ban on foreign ownership, meaning that nobody from outside of Canada is able to, for the next couple of years, come in and buy real estate, because what's happening, especially in the BC or more specifically Vancouver market and the Toronto market, is a lot of foreign owners are coming in with no intention to live. It's just a safe haven place to park their money, and because they've got no real issue in regards to whatever price they pay, it's causing the real estate market to continue to spiral way up and up, and a lot of Canadians aren't able to afford real estate right now, especially in those two markets. So has that resonated down there at all, or and
Well, yeah, America kind of pays attention to America. I've heard of it, but I don't know if it's because I'm from Edmonton originally. So I have a lot of Canadian friends and Canadian family. So I definitely hear about that. I know that that's been bounced around in Vancouver quite a bit for quite a few years. But I think definitely some Americans would be like, "Hey, keep everybody out." Do you know what I mean? So some of the population are like, "Hey, build the wall," right? So we're seeing, and then others too, like it's true capitalism, right? If you can do that. So I heard about it when China started cracking down on corruption. So all of a sudden, we're seeing an influx in the United States as well of Chinese buyers investing their money here and safe haven, putting it into real estate. So there really wasn't any talk of cracking down on that. But now it's an affordability issue in Arizona. We're even having a problem just with American investors or investors all over snapping up all the homes, and people can't afford, it's causing a problem here too. So we can definitely relate. I don't know how Americans feel about that, because there's the issue of, look at socialism, capitalism, free market society, but then what happens when you have a country that has so much money that $300,000 is like a drop in the bucket, or $1 million. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly, I think, obviously, and a lot of political decisions are based on what the masses think. So I certainly haven't heard anybody in Canada push back on that. The only thing that we kind of heard from a negative standpoint is that, oh, does this mean that these countries are going to react in kind, and suddenly Canadians are no longer allowed to come down to the United States and purchase property?
oh, I see. But how much American investment is there in Canada with housing?
Yeah, great point. I don't really think it's necessarily targeted specifically at the United States. If anything, a lot of decisions are made with no foreign ownership except the United States. I mean, even look at a lot of the decisions that were made with COVID, where there was a lot of no international travel allowed into Canada except the United States. So,
but the United States said no international travel into the U.S. So that really it made a mess for Canadian buyers who are worried about their properties down here. And I know that there was one couple from Alberta going to their ranch in Montana. So they were like, well, how do we get there? So they had said, well, you know what? We had a pipe freeze. We have to get down there. And the sheriff's deputies followed them, and they were fined $10,000 for going to their own property.
Oh, wow. Oh.
So that doesn't sit well with a lot of Canadians. We've invested there, especially in Arizona. When our market was crashed here in 2000, when we had the big market crash, foreign buyers and Canadians really helped the economy here. They helped buy homes, they helped buy groceries, they helped buy furniture stores, and there was a lot of local businesses here that were incredibly thankful. Like, thank goodness for these Canadian buyers, because we would have no business otherwise. There weren't Americans purchasing, people were short selling, there was a huge number of foreclosures. So I know a lot of Canadians felt like, well, thanks. Now, when this happens, we're not allowed to go to our properties. We pay property taxes every year, every month, and they felt it was a bit unfair. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see, for sure.
It's their own home, right? So
yeah,
it's in another place. Like you said, they're paying taxes on it. It's their house, and they're not even allowed to go there.
Yeah. How do you like this for brand placement?
Oh, that's nice. We need some in the background. They're like, oh.
Yeah. If you listen to one of our past shows, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, I was teasing Devin about him saying EXP was the fastest growing brokerage. And I rolled my eyes. I thought, oh, today I'm just going to casually.
Here, just do this
here's my other plug.
Check that out.
If you'd like a copy of my free book.
That I can go with. I always promote you, Devin. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. That I'll promote you.
Well, and seeing your cup makes me feel like a donut, because you do work for Coldwell Baker. So.
Wow.
Banker. We got the money. Banker.
Last week. I've never.
Well, you know what? And Tracy, we're remiss in introducing you. It's like, who's this guy here beside you? Your husband's a realtor. So to everybody, Devin and Tracy are married. Tracy and I are longtime friends. We used to work at Kiss and FM together, and we're roommates as well. I pay her well to keep those stories buried.
Yeah, that's right. I think you're gonna have to top that one up now that we've.
And I'm gonna tell the story. So Tracy goes to me. She goes, "Yeah, there's this guy at work. He's amazing. His name's Devin. Like, I think I should introduce you to." And she was on and on and on about how great this guy was. And I said, "Well, if he's so good, why don't you go out with him?" She's like, "Oh," and here they are.
Here we are.
How many years? How many years together?
26 together.
Yeah, something like that. 96.
Oh, wow.
96 we got together. So married.
Awesome.
Yeah, we don't usually like to throw that number out, though, because we got called the seniors table at a comedy club that we went to the other day when they asked us.
I know.
That was fun.
He thought we were lying. He's like, you don't have to lie about it. Like 26-ish.
50 is the new 30, right? So.
That's right, yeah. So thanks for asking that question, Diane. If he's so great, why don't I date him?
Yeah, he's so great. What's wrong with you?
I did.
So it all worked out for the best. I know there's days Devin's like, thank God he hears some of my stories. Like, thank God I picked the right one.
I don't know. You're the one with the place down in Phoenix. I think some days.
But I thought we should introduce you guys. Just like, why is this guy showing up at this woman's house? I thought I better, explain the connection there. So, and you're a real estate investor too, Trace. So.
Yeah. Actually, we were just talking online a little bit earlier today. I bought my first property when I was 19 years old, and that kind of sparked my love of real estate and
your love of making money.
My love of making money. And realizing that as you're paying it down, right, you're going to end up with this property that you own, and if you rent it out, somebody else pays your mortgage, right, while they're renting it. And there was just so many win-wins, and I really like real estate because when you just put money into stocks and that, the money can it raises, it lowers, you don't really have any control over it.
Yeah. It's
not really pliable. You can't see it, touch it, feel it, smell it, like nothing like that. But real estate, it's right there, right? You've got the property, you've got the land. Like, I really like all of that about real estate investing. So I kind of got a bug for it. Fortunately, Devin was on board with that too. He got a bigger bug because then he took the next step and got his real estate license. So he even went more hardcore than I did. And then that's helped us obviously with our real estate investing. We got to do a fix and flip this year, which we had a blast with. I really enjoyed that. I'd like to do another one.
Yeah, I mean, definitely being in the game all the time as a real estate investor and helping other investors, or as real estate agent, and helping tons of investors look for properties, you really get very dialed in on what a good deal is and stuff like that. So,
And what you need to do, that's invaluable for your clients for sure. Yeah, congratulations. And you know what? I was just talking to a friend who's doing a flip in South Carolina today, and she just showed me. I wasn't expecting it to be that big of a, I mean, it's almost like they went right down to the studs. And I said, wow, and you guys are still together, you know? And she goes, well, no, yeah, she lets me do everything. I'm like, no, because most couples, it's incredible. They can't get through a bathroom remodel without, you know, talking the D word. So congratulations, you guys. Just a testament to how well you work together and everything. So
yeah, we have to admit that it's a test of a relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it is. But I think what's important and what's helped is we definitely have different interests in the projects. There's definitely things that Tracy, and it's also important to just recognize when one of us is just better than the other at it. And you know, and that's helped out a lot. I was going to go into details about which is which, but that's probably what's helped out.
No, it's not like you're humble, Devin. I know. I've seen the book. Tell us what you're good at. I'm kidding.
Basically, I stay out of the way and let Tracy do everything. That's what I've come to realize is the best thing to do.
That's what works. Yeah, he handles the finance. Because if I do, then the project would still be working on the project right now.
And it was like how we lived together. We had our priorities straight when we were roommates, right, Trace? Yeah.
That's right.
Our paychecks went to Esmeralda's, and then we had no food or anything else. So some things don't change.
Bar, yeah. Oh, I know, every paycheck. I remember my New Year's resolution one year was to not ever set foot in Esmeralda's again because we were there so much.
How long did that last, right?
Yeah, and then we were back, I think, the 2nd of January. So.
Right, yeah, for sure. For sure.
She handles all the pretty. Anything pretty in the house, she's better at it. So I just take a step back and, you know, maybe she might let me pick I was going to say the paint color, but even that I can't. I'm not good at it. So.
But if you don't make the right choice, then we're going to go back to what Tracy picks, right?
Yeah, I'll let you pick a color.
Mm-hmm.
Won't go on, but
whether it ends up with the walls or not. So that's great. So that's invaluable experience, you know, for you guys to bring that to your customers and everything. So that's awesome. Kudos to you guys.
It has helped a ton because we focus on investors. So it's nice. We've done some creative strategies. They call it a wraparound mortgage, I believe, down in the United States. Up here, it's called an agreement for sale. So the creative strategies and stuff like that has helped, and obviously fix and flips. It does help a lot to say with a new investor that yes, we've done these and can help them go through that. So I think we're probably close to needing to wrap up, but I am anxious to hear before we got going. You talked about this huge overpriced list deal.
You know what? We're going to save it. We're going to save it for next week.
That's right. Okay. Next week. We'll start it off next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's one hell of a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Can you tell I have broadcast experience? I had to just do everything to make people listen to me. So keep them coming back to stay employed.
Yeah.
I'm in real estate, so I guess I wasn't that good. So.
Okay. On that note, we will wrap it up then. Diane, where can people find you?
Sure. My email is can'trememberheremail@gmail.com. And my phone number is 602-620-2277. I'm a realtor in the Phoenix metro area. That includes Scottsdale, Glendale, Goodyear, and all of the cities. I'd love to help you. I'm really experienced in all of those. I've been an agent since 2010, and I would love to help you out or just answer your questions if you have any questions about real estate.
Nice. And Devin, where can they find you?
Yeah, so investor-focused real estate agent at the Mogul Realty Group with offices in Edmonton and Vancouver, also with EXP. And you can reach me at devin@mogulrg.com. And phone number is 780-951-9279. And I saw Diane's reaction.
The fastest brokerage
Well, also, Diane, what are your retirement plans after real estate?
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Italy. Remember, I'm going to work. I'm gonna work more on marrying a rich Italian.
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna live in her guest house in Italy.
I think we just opened up a EXP office in Italy.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Hey, money talks. I'm not cheap, but I like cash bonuses.
I love how she flashed the mug again. Let's see that one more time, Diane. Bring it on up. Yay! Yeah. All right.
Well, it's like, well, here's my McDonald's plug, but it's like the Coldwell. It's like talk is cheap.
Okay, tell us where we can get your book too, and what's your book about?
Well, thank you for that. So it's Insider Home Selling Tips. You can either direct message me to get a hard copy, but there's also digital copies available online. You just have to go to my Facebook page, which is Devin Gray, and click on the link, and it'll take you right to the digital copy, or else DM me, and I'll send you a hard copy.
And you said free?
Absolutely free.
Ooh, okay.
Absolutely free.
I'm not cheap, but I like money. Good deal.
And then don't forget the EXP.
People. All right. Please join us next week to hear my story.
Do I have to separate you two off of Zoom? All right. I'm Tracy. This is Devin and Diane, and we do this show every week. So make sure to catch some of our other shows, which are also on YouTube. Thanks for watching us, and we will see you next week on Alberta to Arizona. Bye.